Okay, here we are for another episode on who the Braves were and some introduction to them. We had basically what I'd like to call the imports. And the imports, like we had a couple of fastball teams in Garden, and one of them was the Ojibwe Park team. Ironically sponsored by Rick Nolan's brother, Tommy. And Merlin at some point, Merlin and Zach went over to help with their coaching and stuff, and so we had the Ojibwe Park team, and basically we had a lot of good players, but too many for one team. So we got the them playing, and I mean the big difference, of course, was Darren Zach pitching on our side, and the Ojibwe Park team, a lot of good athletes, and a lot of guys that would play when we went away to tournaments, depending on who couldn't make it, and beef up certain positions. But Lynn Pine, left-handed center fielder. This guy scrambled, got dirty all the time, diving in the bases, diving for balls. And the thing was, one of the big things, I mean, and a good hitter too. And he pitched as well. I mean, I think everybody pitched. But Piner, when he was throwing from out in the field, he had this big friggin' hook. It must have went about 10, 15 feet and break back in. And the first couple of times I tried to catch him, he's, Corbs, just stand still, I'll hit you. And of course I'm moving with the thing, and then I don't catch the ball when it gets to the spot where he told me to stay at. But yeah, Piner, great guy. And I remember one time he busted his ankle up in Elliott Lake, and that running aggressively, sliding in hard in the second and snapped the ankle. But Piner, great guy, great competitor, good friend, man, cousin as well, and whatnot. Keith Busno. Buzzer, oh, great athlete. But he was one of the, on our team, one of the quiet, unassuming guys. All Keith's kids, him and Janet, oh, their kids were awesome. Very polite, and they were nice to us, especially idiots and stuff at the time and whatnot. But Buzzer, one of the things that at one point, Buzzer was a mechanic, backyard mechanic, and the tool gets caught and spins around, nails him in the eye, so he loses his sight in one side. But in Marquette, Michigan, he stepped up and he was catching Darren with one friggin' eye. I don't know how he was doing it, because I'm thinking, holy fuck, I can't catch him with two eyes. But Buzzer made it look easy. He played hardball, fastball, played hockey, and again, one of those multi-talented athletes and who'd step up and stuff. And then my buddy Ron Barry, Dunker, he was Charlie Chaz's brother, or still is his brother. He not was his brother, but Dunker, great. Like he'd play anywhere. If Johnny Zach hadn't been playing first for 50 years, Dunker was a natural first baseman, and that's who he played. He played there with the Ojibwe Park team and other teams that Dunker played on. But this guy could play anywhere in the infield. I seen him. You know, we when we picked him up, a lot of times he played second base for us, and whatnot. But he could play third base, and Dunker was also another guy, multiple sports. Right, he played hockey, and so when he was on third, well, all the Barry brothers were goaltenders, and Dunker and Chaz, both of them, just those quick hockey reflexes, and they made some great catches at third base. But Dunker's one of my buddies, but I'm trying to get a picture of all the Braves alumni, and he keeps ducking me. So if you see him out there, tell him I'm looking for him, and not to fight him either, because he'll kick my ass. And anyways, Morley Pine, lefty, great big hook on the ball. One of the things with Morley, he with that big left hook, because most of we wouldn't see that much, eh? And he'd always be hollering as he's throwing it, "Watch out! Watch out!" And you'd have some guys bailing, and of course that ball slicing the plate, right? Morley was pretty cool. Kenny Chipper Chiblo, Ken or Chip, as he's affectionately known. Another ball player to play all over the place and go in at a moment's notice and stuff. And it was always neat to watch Chipper because he was laid back and cool, right? Another musician on the team and whatnot. Willard Pine, another thrower, of course Morley's brother, but from the right side. And the knuckleballs that Willard had and threw. And incidentally, he's married to Marie Zach, which is the Zach brothers' sister. So we've got sisters, brothers, kids, and sometimes grandkids started playing, right? The Scotty Lesage, another great, played hockey, played fastball. One of the things is not a ball story, but he playing hockey one time. Some guy wound up for a slap shot. Scotty was down on the ice and took it right off the chin, right? And you could hear that crack all through the arena. And I'm thinking, holy fuck. He just smiled and got up, and I'm thinking, what a chin. We got to get you in boxing, buddy. Anybody can take a shot like that. But yeah, Scotty, yeah, another good guy. And that's one of the things, too, is that we laughed at everything that happened with each other. And sometimes probably too much. But hey, that's part of who we are. Laugh a lot, get rid of the tension. And good. So anyways, I'm clocking out. And see you next time. Miigwech for